Donald Trump is quite the trader. Yes, he's both a traitor and also a stock market player. I'm talking shit that Nancy Pelosi never arrived in her entire career. In the last couple of months alone, since the year of the Holy Lord 2026 started, Donald Trump has been moving units. Holy shit. Let's take a look.
You don't have to. Recently, he released a filing that shows the stock trades that were made on his behalf. I should say immediately that the president denies exclusively doing these trades. They say these are all done through fully discretionary accounts, independently managed by third-party financial institutions with sole and exclusive authority over all investment decisions. Neither President Trump, his family, nor the Trump Organization plays any role in selecting, directing, or approving specific investments. Now, do we believe that? I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's personally directing all the investments. But what's strange is it rhymes with the Nancy Pelosi defense. Everyone knows Nancy Pelosi is a famously good stock trader, or specifically her husband is. And that's the whole excuse. She says, she's not into stock trading, even though, she has all sorts of insider information through her role as former Speaker of the House, as a Congresswoman. So people have been suspicious of her for years. And what makes this an ironic video is that this is something that Trump actually picked up on and kind of called her out for.
Members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Now, it's funny, as you can see all the people from Congress standing up for that, but it's like, wait, aren't we calling out some of you in the room? Now, this is a line that they say every single time. We need to stop insider trading. We got to stop people from corruptly profiting on insider information. And then we get a big fat nothing. Every time, everyone, there's a lot of vocal support, in theory, and then nothing ever happens. Nobody ever gets stopped from doing this. But Nancy Pelosi is specifically singled out here as sort of the worst offender in Congress for these insider trading allegations.
Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Everybody has dunked on Nancy Pelosi forever, myself included, and rightfully so. Okay? She's the one.
Yeah, but when Trump does it, he does it cool style. He does it in a cool way. It's different. You know what I mean? We like when Trump does it. He does it not woke. Yeah. He does it in a anti-woke fashion. Whereas Nancy Pelosi is a woman, which means she's doing it in a woke fashion.
One of the best traders of all time. In fact, there's even Twitter accounts you can go follow called Nancy Pelosi Stock Tracker, where they follow the specific trades of her husband, and you can basically participate in the insider trading allegations once they're disclosed, which is a little bit late anyways. But that same account, interestingly, has recently taken over to talking about these new filings that Trump had to do with relation to what he has been purchasing, because there has been a super unusual pattern of not only a lot of trading of various stocks, but also like Trump has gotten into shilling specific stocks, sometimes even with ticker symbols. And the Financial Times specifically did this incredible chart where they showed that, the amount of trades has just exploded recently. And this all coincides with, the Iran war starting here. The activity was ticking up right before that. Then all of a sudden you just have a flurry of stock trading activity where previously you hardly had any. I mean, there were not that many disclosed stock trades. So it's worth looking at some of these. Now, I'll say there are just thousands of these purchases, sales. I don't know why all of a sudden this automated process or these independent institutions who are trading on the president's behalf would suddenly start trading now as opposed to like before where there was hardly any activity. We don't know that. But I want to zoom in on some specific egregious cases where we have trades happening around the time that there just are literal endorsements by the president. Let's take the one Nancy Pelosi Stock Tracker highlighted specifically, which is the Dell call out. Because on May 8th, the president said, hey, go out and buy a Dell.
Dell, go out and buy a Dell computer because they don't care about that.
He straight up posts a ticker of Palantir in one of his Truth Social posts. I can't tell if that was real or not, but I think in one of his tweets, he's just like Palantir. And then he puts the Palantir stock ticker and he's like, it's a great company. Very cool. You guys should really invest in it.
They care about this. They make a great product. They're not looking for any publicity. I give them publicity. They say, well, thank you very much, but it's okay.
Now, this is in response to some like Trump account, I think, contribution the Dells had made. That was ostensibly the reason. But then you look at the trading activity, and the people who were purchasing on behalf of Trump bought Dell $5 million worth on February 10th, and then more on March 2nd.
Excuse me. What if they really wanted to purchase $5 million worth of Dell that day? You have no proof that he knew that Trump was going to come out and talk about go out and buy a Dell. They're great. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Palantir Technologies, PLTR, has proven to have great war fighting capabilities and equipment. Just ask our enemies. President Donald J. Trump. Like, there's nothing. He's not even tying it to anything. He's literally just like, guys, please pump this stock for me.
More on March 11th, more on March 23rd. And then he endorses a little bit later, and you can see what happened to the stock price. This was an incredible trade, ladies and gentlemen. Double your money in a few months. I mean, you kind of don't see big opportunities like that unless you're, I guess, the president. Here's another great trade. This was highlighted by Judd Legume. He went through some of these things. I'm going to be referencing some of his work here, so I'll link it below. But I pulled the specific trades and put it on a chart so you can see exactly where the purchases were. This is Micron Technology.
I'm sorry. I thought the goal was to buy low and sell high. Hello. Kind of feels like that's what Trump is doing. Didn't realize that it was illegal now to do really great trades.
You can see here, the purchases are in the green arrows. And all of these purchases culminated in the president talking about Micron as an incredible company. And then all of a sudden, the stock goes parabolic after that. I mean, just has this incredible run right after the president's endorsement, which sounds like this.
I just left the head of Micron. It's one of the hottest companies.
Now, I'll be honest, he kind of called this one like crazy. Like, look at this run up right.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's because Micron is a crazy good company. Excuse me. That's the president. He's the smartest. That's why he's president. And he can beat my ass. Even though he's 280 pounds and fat as fuck, he could still beat my ass. Sorry. I apologize. He's 220 pounds and 6'4". God forbid a white boy get a little bit of motion. Mr. President, I love you. You can fuck my wife. Please give her the greatest orgasm she's ever had. And when you're done, you can take the whole family. And I still will vote for you gladly. I would love it. I'd be honored if you fucked my wife, Mr. President. You are so good.
After that.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Mr. President, you're saying my wife is too old for you? Okay, well, what? You're saying my daughter is underage. Oh, okay. Oh, that you can have her too, Mr. President.
Almost called the bottom exactly. And I guess the question is, does he know something here? Is it the endorsement itself that was, caused it to run like that? Should we view it as advice when the president talks positively about a company to go invest in it? I mean, these are all questions that come to mind when you see a chart like this. But not everything is so clear-cut, black and white, right? Where the president buys, the president talks, and then it just goes to the moon. Before you set up your Trump stock tracker account, it's worth looking at a couple examples where things don't go so well. I want to show you one of the kind of bad ones. This is Thermo Fisher. So on March 11th, the White House announces that President Trump participates in a site visit at Thermo Fisher Scientific. This is March 11th.
Some great information about this incredible company, please.
And when you go to his disclosures, turns out he had been buying Thermo Fisher prior to that, including, by the way, on March 11th. So there's a purchase on the same day as the president's actual visit. The purchase, you can see there, March 11th, and it was apparently for $15,000 to $50,000. The nature of these disclosures is they don't tell you exactly how much was purchased. They just give you a range. But when you line these up on the actual trading activity, this actually is a...
Coffeezilla in the chat. Oh, we're hating on him, so I hope he understands that. Also, this isn't Coffeezilla. Another coffee runner is not Coffeezilla. Coffeezilla's username is Coffeezilla probably. And we're hating on him because he hates white boys getting motion. It's true.
Pretty bad trade. Like, this does not end up going well. That, of course, doesn't mean it wasn't corrupt. Just like when things go well, it doesn't necessarily mean
you guys are so
it
dumb.
was
That's not
corrupt.
Coffeezilla.
But it's worth emphasizing that, like, some of the time, there's just money being lost here. And then now let's talk about probably, I think, the most egregious example and also the funniest one. This is Palantir. So Trump famously tweeted out the stock ticker symbol of Palantir Technologies, like PLTR, has proven to have great warfighting capabilities and equipment. Just ask our enemies. President DJT. So everyone thought this was really weird, and then it gets weirder when you realize the president was a bag holder in this stock. Like, he had bought high and then started selling low when the stock went down, which is, always a good move. He starts buying when it rallies as it goes up, and then it dips way down, and this...
Wait, he fucked up? Wait, he tried to manipulate the market? And then his team fucked it up? Wait, what?
Little moment is when the president like shills the stock. Which I think is, really bad. I mean, again, maybe he had no idea he was sitting on a bag of Palantir that had just dropped. That's definitely possible. But the record is just pretty ugly here, I would say. Where, buy all-time high, sell low, buy more, shill at the lows, and then it keeps kind of going lower. I mean... I don't really know what this says, but I don't know. If it is our president, I don't know that he's a great stock trader. If it's a third party, I think the third party is not necessarily, a great stock trader. But this just all looks really ugly. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see. You don't want to wonder whether your president is, tweeting about something because he's pumping the bags of stock portfolio, or if he actually means something. And this is the most lukewarm take. I mean, you noticed when the president was calling out Congress, everybody stood up, including Congress, because it's just an undeniably obvious position to hold. No one could possibly disagree with the idea that you do not want corruption, right? And so that's why we're giving the biggest worm award to Jim Cramer today, ladies and gentlemen, because this guy had the opportunity to call this out. I mean, just basic stuff like, hey, maybe the president...
Jim Cramer, the fraud himself, dude. That's right. He's the best.
...shouldn't trade stocks. And not only is that an obvious take, this is also a segment called Squawk on the Street in CNBC. I mean, their job is to talk about the squawk on the street. The whole idea is you're talking about the scuttlebutt. You're talking about the opinions of the day. And all of a sudden, this slow ball down the center of the plate, why do you have to do? What do you say?
The president, the U.S. government got in. He could sell it and give that
and
the number.
According to the filings, the president's been trading some intel in the quarter. Yeah.
Trade.
What? What? He didn't even say anything. He physically can't. What the fuck? Wait. It's like Austin show. What the fuck? He got hit with a stun grenade, brother.
The U.S. government got in. He could sell it and give that
and
the number.
According to the filings, the president's been trading some intel in the quarter. Yeah.
Trade.
You got nothing to say about it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, what? He just went, fuck it. Nah. Wow. You didn't see this before? No. No. It's incredible. Oh, I gotta run it again. Hold on. Oh my God.
It's been trading some intel in the quarter. Yeah.
Trade.
You got nothing to say about it?
It's called riffing, you bigot. No, I think at first he short-circuited and then he just went, fuck it. Let's just lean into it because I'm just gonna... No, clearly the entire process is not him having a hard time coming up with words, but the first 5 full seconds is, And then he's just like, haha, I'm just memeing. Boo boo.
Yeah.
Did the guy short circuit? I mean, is he falling apart? The last brain cells of Jim Cramer dying in slow motion? Is this trade?
Yeah, trade.
I mean, speak, Jim. I like how this guy, he has a big old fat smile on his face. He knows this is uncomfortable for Jimmy.
Well,
So it's fucked up that he lets him. It's fucked up that he just moves on. He should have pressed him. Should have been like, come on, Jim. You got something to say? You love talking about trades. They should have just kept forcing the issue. This guy feels bad. He's like, oh my God, I think I killed Jim Cramer. Look at his face. He's like, I might have accidentally killed him. He's having a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh, he sticks his tongue out. Disrespectful. Sticking his tongue out.
Yeah, City today takes it to 130.
yeah, but the president, the U.S. government got in. They could sell it and give
Yes,
that
and
the
according
number.
to the filings, the president's been trading some intel in the quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, trade.
You got nothing to say about it?
Well, yeah.
All right, don't worry. We're not having technical difficulties here, everybody, but we got to go.
Jim, we'll see you tonight. Mad Money, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. S&P 7433. Don't go away.
I've never seen anything like this before. Oh my God. He just straight up starts tweaking, dude. What the what the Oh my God. How are you not used to this after watching Fetterman interviews? Because I know he didn't actually have a stroke, chatter. Fetterman is a stroke victim. Jim Cramer is a coward.
Yeah.
All right, don't worry. We're not having technical difficulties here, everybody, but we got to go.
Wow. And they just closed the segment like that? Like, hey, Jim Cramer short circuits live on air when asked about presidential trades. And we just go to break? Like, isn't this squawk on the street? Don't we discuss? That's the whole idea of the entire show. That's why this show literally exists. Unbelievable.
We got to go.
Jim, we'll see you tonight.
I thought we were the, financial news guys. Are we afraid to talk about financial news when it's the president all of a sudden? We're not willing to talk about it. That's off limits. Making fun of Nancy Pelosi, that we all stand up for. Everybody stands up for making fun of Nancy Pelosi, myself included. But all of a sudden, it's the president. We can't talk about it. What's going on, guys? Is this North Korea? I mean, what's happening? You ask for comments from the two groups, and it's like very similar. Both say, hey, we have nothing to do with it. I don't know why we don't just treat apples to apples here, right? So yeah, I just thought this was obviously dumb. I mean, when you investigate it, it looks like some of these trades go great. Some of them go terrible, like Palantir. Some of the Thermo Fisher ones are not good. Dell Technologies did go well. Micron Technology went really well. It's just kind of a mixed bag, but an ugly one. I personally don't want presidents, congresspeople, anyone in Washington should not be holding anything other than an...
Yeah, wrong. They deserve it. Wrong. Boo. Coffeezilla hates success. What do you expect from a commizilla, from a communist like him? What can you even say? Honestly, winning. He's winning so much. And we're saying, please, sir, can we win a little bit too? And he's telling me, F you.